guys, welcome to our talk show. This is our very first talk show with very special guest, David Laramore, who is my manager at my workplace and also very good friend. And he is like a family member. Is a big support in Canada for me. And this is my first job that I started at a bulk one. So first of all, David, I just want to ask you one question to introduce my audience so that they can know about you.
My name's David Laramore. I'm 39 years old. Lived in Timmins since 2011. Worked at Bulk Barn since 2001. Hired Harvinder about 2 years ago. Excellent person and very, very knowledgeable.
Thank you very much. So in this video, we are just going to make awareness about addiction and mental health. So we have very, very important, very common topic that is like everywhere, all the world. This is not just limited to one country or one region. This is all world and very, very common and very important topic, addiction of cigarette addiction. So we are just going to talk about cigarette addiction. So David also have this problem like this addiction of cigarette so long. So we just gonna learn about his story that how he started consuming cigarette and what was the reason behind that. There is a multiple reason. People start with the multiple reasons. Some has the stress. Some just want to show like they feel like cigarette is very cool thing, right? So there is a multiple reason behind drinking or consuming cigarette. But we just gonna learn. We just gonna know from David experience that how he started and what is his experience about the cigarette addiction. So David's very first question with you that what was the reason that you started consuming cigarette?
For me, I lived in North Bay for a little while back in 2007. I got a job at a bar part-time. People would go for breaks, for cigarette breaks all the time. I'd asked to go for a break. I was told no because I didn't smoke. So I said, you know what? I'll have a cigarette too. It would let me fit in with a group. It would let me have a break. It let me socialize. I'd socialize with the smokers. And I was 25 years old at the time. And I definitely regret that decision that I made.
So you mean that the social factor is very important. Like the major factor is social life. How the environment the person is living is affect a lot in any bad or good habits, right?
Oh, definitely. The environment, definitely working at a bar back then, smoking was just banned smoking inside of bars. It was smoking outside of bars. So my placement as a employee of the bar would be the outside area to supervise people that were consuming alcohol and having cigarettes to make sure everyone was safe. So I would have cigarettes with them. And then it went from having one here, one there, a few a day, half a pack a day. Now I'm over a pack a day.
Yeah.
And it's definitely damaged my health, damaged my well-being. And yet again, I wish I did not start.
So the very first time when you tried the cigarette, when you consume very first time, so how like you come in this? Like your friend just compel you to have cigarette, or what was the other reason? Like
I personally asked myself, with the first puff, I felt dizzy. I didn't feel good at all. Like, why am I doing this? But then I continued anyways, just to fit in with the crowd. I was extremely anti-cigarette before that point. My parents never smoked. I had two family members that smoked cigarettes. Definitely was not part of my childhood, was not part of growing up, was not part of my social group. Mm-hmm. But when I moved to North Bay away from Brampton, it was something I just got into.
So how you think that if like parents consuming cigarette, like if they are just catching and clutching this with this addiction, so what it affect on children or the family, other family members, you think?
I do believe that some children, it will, just by statistics, it's proven that people will smoke if their parents smoke. Well, not will, but there's a higher percentage of smoking within children, teenagers, whether it's cigarettes or vaping, mm-hmm. if their parents also do the same thing. It's almost like a generational system that works. With me, it was always instilled in my head: don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke. When I moved away, I just did not care at the time and said I'll smoke if I want to smoke, which definitely let my parents down because I was raised in a non-smoking family. But I do believe that parents that do smoke have a higher chance of having children that will smoke cigarettes.
So what will be your advice for the smoker who just join, like they are very new in this addiction, so how they can like get rid of from this like pestering situation? So how you suggest, what do you wanna suggest them?
It's very tough. I know now you see in the news, you see out in the public, you see everywhere where there's 14-year-olds vaping. My daughter mentioned that she was in middle school in grade 7 and grade 6, and there was people vaping in the washrooms and vaping in school. It's the new cool thing to do is to vape.
Yeah.
And then they move from vaping to cigarettes, and it's a tough habit to kick because once you get addicted to that nicotine, your body almost needs it.
Yeah.
And craves it.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very, very hard thing to quit. But I recommend don't start. Whatever you do, do not start. It's a money pit. It's bad for your health. And there's no reason to do it.
Yeah. So what do you think will be the best like a way, according to your experience, when you have you ever tried to stop the cigarette before? Just
I've tried a few times. I've tried going cold turkey, which means just stop altogether. No nicotine patches, nothing else to help me stop. My stress levels definitely raised. I was not pleasant to be around. So I've tried other smoking cessation items like the gum. I've tried mints. I've tried sprays. But then for me, it's, do I pay $50 for a pack of gum to quit smoking, or do I just buy another pack for $15? Which is definitely not a smart way to look at it. It's not. But I'm definitely going to try again within the next few weeks to quit by my 40th birthday, because there's just no need to do it. $16 a day. When you add that up through a year, it definitely, that could be a trip somewhere with family. That could be a payment. That could be half my rent. That could be, there's so many things you can do with that money that you're wasting on cigarettes.
Yeah. Because you can just, if you save that money, you can see that you're gonna save a lot money. Because if you're gonna spend just a $20 per day, it means it's around $600 in a month.
Exactly.
So it's like lots of wastage of money actually. So if someone want to get rid of from this, so what is the first thing that they should like understand? What the first thing they should do?
There's a lot of options out there. Like if you buy a cigarette package, there's the number for the Canadian government that'll help you quit smoking. People under 18, there's a lot of CMHA, CAMH. They all provide either free smoking products to help you quit. There's counseling. There's telephone numbers you can call and you can speak to someone that will help you quit. There are options for especially people under the age of 18, people under the age of 25. There's other other projects to help you quit smoking. Definitely take advantage of that. Like if you just started, it's easier to quit than for someone like me who's been smoking for 15 years. If you can kick it while you early and get rid of it while you're early, and you got to also think of the association. Like for me, when I have a cup of coffee, I need to have a cigarette.
Yeah.
Or when I used to drink, you have a beer, you have any alcohol, you want a cigarette. So I've quit alcohol for over a year, and one of the main reasons was to get rid of one of those vices that gets me to want to smoke more.
Yeah. So sorry to ask, but I'm not sure that I should ask this question or not. But sorry to ask this question. If you feel comfortable to share, so how much money you used to spend in beginning, and how much is money you spend every day now?
Before when I lived in North Bay, There was Native Reserves, where you could spend $30 on a carton of cigarettes, so that would last you a few weeks, depending on how much you smoked. Now, that is still an option, which is illegal, obviously, because you're not paying taxes or duties on these products, and you get caught, you can be charged with having illegal cigarettes. But right now, legally, buying a pack of cigarettes, a cheap pack, you're looking at $16. Higher end, you're looking at about $23 a pack. So I spend, for me and my loved one at home, I'm spending $33 a day on cigarettes.
Wow. So lots of money, eh?
Definitely lots of money.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's my rent for a month. Is going up in smoke. And it's something that I just got to quit because it's not financially viable anymore.
Thank you very much, David, for sharing. And we just learn about with the David story, and there's a lot. This story is of lots of people, because just not like limited in one country or one region or one like a village or person. It's like all over the world. So it's a important topic, and thank you for sharing your story. And I appreciate that you gave us time on this channel. And this is very first talk show. I hope you guys like this, and we need to make our society smoke free, and we have to make our environment very smooth and safe. So you want to close up?
Thank you for listening to me today. Just to say that we will definitely be hopefully discussing different topics in the future.
Yeah.
And make sure you stay safe out there. And thank you very much.
Thank you.